Hey guys, welcome back to the Southern Rustic. Thank you so much for being here and clicking on this video. If you are a new subscriber, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to be here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. First, if you hear any little pitter-patter of feet or anything sounding like it's hitting, that is my puppy, and she has learned to go out the doggy door. So she goes in and out of the doggy door constantly all day long. So I'm super happy that she figured that out, so she can go outside and pee now all on her own, instead of me having to take her out every 10 to 15 minutes for her to do her business. But anyway, this weather has been so up and down in temperature. On Sunday it was 70 degrees. I was in shorts and a tank top outside doing all the things. Monday morning it was 32 degrees. It never got above 37 the entire day. Today it's a little bit higher of a temperature. It's in the 40s today. So I figured that I would break out a soup recipe. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how to make my chicken and corn chowder. It is so easy and delicious, and it's perfect for any cold weather day or night. Even in the summer I make this, and it's absolutely delicious. It's a very, very easy recipe. So let's go over all of the ingredients and we'll get started. Okay guys, so I've got everything prepped, ready to go. I've got some celery, onion, just roughly diced. I've got some cream back here. You can do milk, you can do almond milk, whatever you have on hand works fine. If you opt in for the milk or the almond milk, it just won't be as rich or creamy, but it works just fine. I've got some butter, 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, thyme, garlic, potatoes. Now with the potatoes, I left the skin on. You certainly can peel them. I just find that there's more nutrients in the skin of the potatoes, so I just opt to leave the skin on. I've got some chicken broth, salt and pepper, corn. You can do canned corn, you can do fresh corn. As long as you've got about 2 to 2.5 cups of corn will be fine. And I've got some flour here. So let's move on over to the stove and we'll get the soup going. Okay guys, so I've got everything set out here ready to go. I'm just going to grab a little butter knife. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter to my pan here, so we can get some nice browning on this chicken. And once that melts and comes up to temp, we will add in our chicken. Now I went ahead and seasoned one side of my chicken with a little bit of salt and pepper, just so it's nice and flavorful. We'll add some more salt and pepper to the other side once we get it into the pan. And I've got this on about medium here, a little under medium. And I've got a plate here to put my chicken on when it's browned on each side. So now that this is up to temp, I'm going to place my chicken in seasoned side down. And then we're just going to let these cook for about 2 to 3 minutes per side, just to get some nice color to them. And if you notice, I have a band-aid on my hand because yesterday was a Murphy's Law day for me, and it was just not my day. So it was a very long day yesterday. So I've got my chicken seasoned on both sides, so I'm just going to let them hang out, let them cook 2 to 3 minutes on this side, flip them over, let them cook another 2 minutes on the other side just to develop some brown color on them. We'll remove them from here and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, so my chicken has developed a nice brown color to it, a nice golden color. Now it's not completely cooked through, so we're just going to remove this, set it on a plate, and then we will cut this up in just a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start my aromatics, my onions. Give some to the floor there. My celery. And my potatoes. Now I'm not going to season these because if I season this, the potatoes will not cook properly. So I'm just going to let these cook for just a few minutes while I cut up my chicken. And then I'm going to add my chicken to my pot here. And then we're going to cook this until the chicken is done and the onions are tender. So I'm going to let this hang out, cut up my chicken, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, so this has been cooking, I guess, about 4 minutes or so, and my onions are getting tender. So I'm going to go ahead and add in all of my chicken. Now remember, it's not completely cooked. So we're going to cook this until the chicken is completely cooked through. And if you notice at the bottom of my pan, there's stuck-on bits at the bottom. This is going to add flavor later when we add in the chicken broth and deglaze everything. It's just going to add a ton of flavor. So I'm going to let this go for about 5 to 8 minutes, just until all of the chicken is completely cooked through. Then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 8 minutes, and my chicken is completely cooked through. My onions are super tender. I've got some bacon going in the back here, just to top the soup with later. All I'm going to do now is season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now remember, add a little bit because you can't take it out later. You can always season it again later. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And that should be enough pepper for the entire dish. So I think the pepper will be good, but we will check it later. Okay, we're going to add in our thyme. Now I like to add the thyme in now, just so it can develop its flavor a little bit and kind of toast up. And this, oh, it smells really, really good. Alright, now we're going to add in our flour. And this is going to thicken the soup up later. So we've got that. Just kind of mix this in. Now you want to cook the flour for at least 1 to 2 minutes, just to get out that raw flour taste. Okay, got some flour bits there that I need to toast up. And we're going to give my bacon a little toss. Okay. Now we're going to add in our garlic. You can add in as little or as much as you want. We love garlic, so I add a pretty good amount, but you can do as much or as little as you want. Give that a nice stir. Oh, I can smell that garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my broth. Just give this a little mix. You can use bone broth, you can use homemade broth, whatever you have on hand will work fine. I'm going to add that right on in there. And give this a nice stir. Now once you have all of that flour dissolved into that chicken broth, all you're going to do is bring this up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to attach your lid, put the lid on, turn your heat down to low, and you're going to let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until the potatoes are tender. And then we will move on to the next step. Now, I just want to scrape up any of the little bits that's stuck on the bottom, just to add tons more flavor. So, I'm going to bring this up to a boil, put the lid on, let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we will add the rest of the ingredients. Okay guys, so this has been cooking for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. It's still got a while to go. So I'm just checking on it, make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pan, giving it a stir. And my potatoes still have a ways to go before they're done. So I'm going to go ahead and add in all of my corn, so they can get nice and warm and develop some of that flavor. Now you can wait to the end to add your corn. It's really up to you. When I check on it the first time is when I usually like to add the corn, but it's really up to you. So, oh, this smells so good. So I'm going to pop the lid back on and let this finish cooking until all of my potatoes are tender. It should take about 10 more minutes or so. We'll come back in a little bit and give it another check. Make sure everything's going good. And when the potatoes are done and tender, I'll meet you back here. Okay guys. So this has been cooking roughly about 17 minutes, and I've gone ahead and checked the potatoes and they are nice and tender. I do need to add just a smidgen more of some salt. And we'll cut my timer off. Add that in there. We will check the seasoning again later. And now all we're going to do is add in our cream. This is going to make it nice and rich and thick. Now, like I said, you can certainly add whole milk. You can do almond milk, soy milk, oat milk. Anything that you have on hand, this will work. And this will thicken up rather nicely. Now once you add in your cream, you just want to let this cook for about a minute or two, not very long. And then we'll give this another little taste. Now I went ahead and just crumbled up my bacon, and I've got that sitting to the side. So I'm going to give this a taste. And that is delicious. I cannot wait to dig into this for dinner. So, I'm just going to cut the heat off, and we will serve this up with some bacon. You can do some green onion, sour cream, whatever you prefer is really up to you. So I'm going to go get some bowls out, and we will dish this up. Okay, so I've got a little bit in my bowl here, and I've got some toppings. I've got some bacon, some green onion, and some cheese that I've got grated up here. And you can top this with whatever you want. Hot sauce would be good, sour cream and cheese, sour cream and onion, bacon and cheese. However you want to do this is fine. So I'm just going to top mine with a little bit of bacon, a little bit of green onion, and it's going to add a freshness with this green onion. It's going to be so good. And some cheese. You can add as little or as much as you want, and that is what it looks like, and it's so delicious. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. It really helps to support my channel, and I can continue to make really delicious meals for you guys. I've got tons more recipes planned out for you guys. I've got sheet pan meals, crock pot meals. I know you guys love those. I've got from scratch meals, sourdough recipes. So I've got tons more planned. So yeah, we're going to go enjoy dinner, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.